Ever since I was a little kid, basketball has always been my favorite sport, and going into my junior year, I had extremely high expectations. I was playing with the varsity all summer long, and coach kept telling me I was in the mix to get lots of playing time. But when winter came along, everything changed.
Before I knew it, I was at the bottom part of the varsity depth chart, and I would only play during blowouts. I played junior varsity and I excelled at that, but my desire was to play varsity. 2 players below me on the depth chart were given their shot in varsity, and both took full advantage. One went from being a player who didn't play at all to being one of the first people off the bench, so I wondered when I was going to get my shot.
I went to an assistant coach and talked to him about what I needed to do to get varsity playing time. He gave me a couple pointers of things to work on, but then he also told me that if I didn't get varsity playing time, I needed to accept my role as a scout team player. So I took his advice and worked on it, hoping that I would get to play varsity, but nothing changed as I still rode the bench.
So eventually it got to the point where I went to my coach and talked to him about a specific situation. One of my teammates and good friends was playing varsity ahead of me, and I went and explained to coach how I thought I was better and asked why I wasn't playing. I remember my coach saying how there were some things that each of us did better than the other. So I put coach on the spot and asked for a specific example of what my teammate did better than me, but coach couldn't give me one. Immediately I became livid and narrow-minded, thinking how unfair it was to me that coach couldn't even give me one example of why my teammate was better.
Now looking back on the situation, coach was making the right decision. I mean, we were on a roll at the time, winning game after game, and if I were him, I wouldn't want to mix it up and risk the chance of blowing team continuity. But at the time, I was so narrow-minded and selfish that I didn't see that. And now I wish I would have seen it in that light.
Even though we were in great position to qualify for state, part of me wanted to check out because of how frustrated I was. But then I remember what coach told me about accepting my role. So I went to practice and did exactly that.
Our team qualified for the state tournament, and I continued to be a scout player for that week before the tournament. It was hard knowing that I probably wasn't going to play, but I still gave full effort. We lost the first round of the state tournament, and in a way I would guess I was kind of happy the season was over because it was frustrating for me. But after that game, coach pulled me into the room and actually apologized. He apologized that he didn't fight for me more to play varsity, and I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, I guess my hard work did pay off, but it wasn't in the way that I expected of it. So part of me was happy that I didn't go unnoticed and my hard work didn't, but part of me was still frustrated and hurt. So now I look back on the year and I kind of look at what I did, and I'm disgusted with the way I acted and I handled myself because I was a complete and total hypocrite. I told everyone the whole year that we needed to have the team's best interest in mind no matter what, and I wasn't doing that not nearly as much as I should have. I was so selfish. But this season helped me so much because it helped me learn to accept whatever role I was given and learn how to do it to the best of my ability.
I'm not saying I'm not going to work hard because I'm still going to strive for my goals.
But if I get a role I don't want, I'm still going to do it to the best of my ability every time now because of what I've learned. Now, looking back on my junior year, there's one regret I have, and it's that I didn't perform to the best of my ability with the role I was given because I was selfish. But if someone gave me the opportunity to go back and redo it, I would decline them on the offer because I have grown so much more as a man and as a teammate than I would have if I didn't go through that situation.
You know, it's funny because everyone always tells me, oh, you'll learn the most from your hard times and your failure. Now, sometimes that saying is overused, but it's so true. Because had I not been put in the situation with my junior year of basketball, I'd still be a stubborn and selfish little brat. I believe that everything happens for a reason, though, and I believe that I was put in that situation with the specific reason not only to grow as a basketball player, but as a man. And looking back, I'm so thankful that it happened to me.